Welcome back, everybody, to the Words from the Nerds podcast. We try not to do this often, but today was a huge episode. We just got finished recording and it came out to about 3 hours long. So I'm jumping in this intro because the first hour and a half of this was us talking about Attack on Titan season 4. It's the first time that Charlie has ever watched Attack on Titan. So I had to get to the nitty gritty of all of it. So we talked about Attack on Titan for about an hour and a half of this episode. The rest of it is a lot of fun box office talk. We talk a lot about our box office and our draft with that. Mandalorian and Grogu review, which is honestly one of my favorite reviews that we've ever done for a movie. It was such a fun time. And then we talk about the boys season finale. So I'll have all the time codes in there that you can jump around. Just know that there's no intro for this episode, and as soon as this intro that I'm recording right now fades, it is right into the action with box office talk. So that is to clear up some of the confusion. If you want the Attack on Titan episode, that will be dropping in a couple of days. That will also have an intro on it. But yeah, we talked for 3 hours. It was so much fun. So I had to jump on here and use this as an intro. So please like, comment, sub. Obviously, if you comment, we will read it out next week live on the pod. So any thoughts that you have from this episode, let us know. If you disagree with any of our takes, let us know so that we can talk about it next week. It gives us a good topic for next week. So please show some love, show some support. No Ben today, but we got Brandon filling in his position. So we got a lot of fun stuff. If this is your first time, welcome aboard. Check out some of our other videos. It's always a fun time. It's always fun. You'll never find a dull moment here. So I appreciate you. Yeah, that is it for the intro. Enjoy the episode. I'll see you in the next one. Hey. Next one is our big box office fun. We got Brandon here for the first time since we did our box office.
Our draft.
Yeah. We get to go through all of this. Let me type some stuff here real quick. Okay. All right. So we haven't heard from Brandon since we did our draft. We have the board right here. We've talked about it these past couple of weeks. It seems like almost every week we're talking about it a little bit because there's some new things going on. We won't touch too deep on like this weekend, aside from Charlie's monster movie, just breaking freaking century-long records.
I said I was feeling a 100 million, bro. I said that.
Well, it's funny because
it was based in nothing, but I was saying.
I was listening to the episode, and you were like, yeah, dude, I think this will have a pretty good hold second week. I don't think the drop will be that bad. Yeah, it reversed, dude. It freaking went up 39%. That's just insane.
Well, dude, because I was worried about what's Passenger. I was worried about that one, bro.
Oh yeah, and then Passenger, like, just nobody went and watched. But Ben is not here to talk about his movie, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. Well, we'll review it later. We're definitely talking about this right now because
I'm not leaving until I get to talk about Mando. I'm just saying.
But Brandon, let us know your thoughts, just because we haven't checked in with you in terms of your summer draft. Like, how are you feeling now as we're getting a little bit closer? We're about to touch June, which you have a lot of movies. I think almost every week in June you have a movie, and then the first 2 weeks of July. But that and Mario being really close to breaking $1 billion for the first time this year. Take us through your thoughts on how you're feeling with the end of your winter and the beginning of your summer.
Yeah, so I'll start with the hit pick. We talked about the Fantasy League responding to things and their statistics they gave out. It makes me feel better that everybody apparently, or most people, drafted Mario as a hit pick, because for me that was like the easiest $1 billion profit. I thought in my mind, I did not expect that to drop as hard as it did. It'll still cross $1 billion. Like, it's going to be really slow. It and Michael will probably cross $1 billion at the same time, but my expectations for like profit on that were definitely an easy $1 billion instead of what's going to be $730 million, which is still great, because you never know how the rest of the year is going to go. I obviously have doubts that I'm the highest out of all of us, unless all your guys' movies are just insane budgets.
I don't know, bro. But Minions could be crazy.
Well, and that was my next thing. Like Minions, I think Minions budget will probably be 80 million because the last one was 90. and this one has less
Oh, look at that.
has less like voice actors. It's just
Mm.
the weird like the one dude who does it. And the trailer plays really well
That's
at
crazy.
all of our showings. So
Yeah.
I'm
Really?
hoping,
Dang.
yeah, oh yeah. Well,
The
yesterday, or
3-part one that they did was crazy.
yeah, at Mando, it's like 3 trailers, and every time they popped up, people laughed in our theater, and I was like, "What are you all?" This is the first Minions movie I'm gonna see just because I have it, and I'm like, "This does not look good," but how is everybody laughing? I'm super confident Minions. I think that's like an easy 700 plus profit. Said I'll kind of make up
Wow.
for
Yeah.
Mario. Scary
Yeah.
movie, I'm pretty confident in. That plays really well around us. It's Jackass and
Yeah.
Disclosure Day that really worry me. I'm not worried about Disclosure Day unless the budget is high, because like my father-in-law or our father-in-law and my wife's uncle both told me how they want to see it. And I'm like, okay, so that means the general audience is
Oh,
very
yeah.
Really?
aware of this movie.
Why do they
Yeah.
want to see it?
Oh,
Because of
The
Steven
alien
Spielberg,
stuff. No, the
or
alien
just
stuff.
alien
yeah.
stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
aliens.
I have, well, yeah, with them too, especially the alien
Yeah.
stuff. But I've had coworkers come up to me and they're like, dude, what's that one alien movie? It looks so sick. And I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
Disclosure Day. Oh yeah, I have to see that one. Yeah, like people are
It
talking
What
is
the
about
a, it is
flip?
an event. That's what gives me more confidence in Masters of the Universe bombing hard, because everybody who I think would see that is actually going to see Disclosure Day the next weekend. So
it.
like,
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, and
and
Brandon, you keep bringing up a great point where it's like inflation is a real thing. People are gonna pick and choose what they spend their money on. Like, not
Oh
everyone
yeah,
is like us.
100%.
Like, they're gonna pick and choose what to spend their money on this summer.
yeah, and I think Jackass is kind of a wild card. I'm hoping at best at this point 20 million profit. I actually will be honest, because I think I could have gone and got it. I kind of did debate Obsession, and looking back, I'm like, I'm such a fucking idiot. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Well, especially
but
with what came after it.
yeah, and Jackass comes out the same weekend as Supergirl, which I didn't realize, so that could be we'll
Oh
kind of
damn.
see how that plays out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
I mean, as long as Disclosure Day's budget is like 120, I think I'm more confident
yeah,
in it. But once you get above that, I'm really nervous.
Yeah.
yeah.
But we'll
I
see.
I think I think Disclosure Day will be a good like $500-600 million movie. And
See,
if
so
it
do
really
I.
is great, I think it'll just take off from there.
I think it could. I think the low end is 400, but I think the
Yeah,
high end
yeah,
is
fair.
6 plus. I just don't know how high, because obviously, or I don't. The budget's what worries me. That's really it. I mean, I
Yeah,
think it could go super high and be that like big breakout of the year of like an original film. Because
yeah,
really, it's competition after is Toy Story, Supergirl, Minions. None of those really affect Disclosure Day. It's not really till
yeah,
Odyssey the next month that it's like running into something that it actually is in direct competition with.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna get lucky. I'm not gonna catch you. I'm close, but I think with everything as we hit June, especially
Well, and
this
you'll hit a
bomb pick,
bomb, and yeah,
I'm not gonna catch you. But I do like to see 530 next to my name. That's really pretty to look at. When I looked at Project Hail Mary's total profit and I saw it was 350, I was really happy with that. Yeah, we don't have to dwell too much on this. I really more so just want to talk to you. Oh, they updated Mortal Kombat's picture.
Poster. Oh, that's a cool
I
poster.
really just more so want to talk to you about the league itself, especially. I hope this motherfucker is listening. Mandalorian and Grogu. Please give us your box office thoughts when it comes to this. I'll save the good things for last for his sake, which is going to be Backrooms, which is going to just absolutely explode. But Mando,
so
let him
here's
have it, Brandon. Come on, let him have it.
Wait,
I
wait. See, does it show the domestic? Is it working again? Domestic and
It's
nope.
not.
Dang.
that's yesterday's gross though, or that's not including whatever it makes today.
Yeah, yeah,
Because today is the 165, which
Yeah,
was
which I
lower.
mean,
They're already
it's updated, but
well, but
it'll probably
we
be
won't have those
tomorrow.
numbers till tomorrow. Yeah.
yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing with Mandalorian and Grogu. It's I'm not fully prepared to bash it, because if it legs out by some act of God next week, then I'm not doing this. But if it performs how Solo did, which opened in the same range, actually it opened less than Solo did worldwide on the
Yeah.
same weekend back in 2019 when everybody was seeing stuff way more. If that's the
Mhm.
case, this thing makes $389 million, and that is a loss for him. And I just don't know. Unless this plays differently than I think it will, I still don't think this thing breaks 400 million. And every estimate is everybody's kind of scared to make that call until next week's drop, which it's facing the back rooms, which we'll get to in a
Oh yeah,
second. But like
yeah,
the younger audience that they need to draw in with this is going to the back rooms. And so
yeah.
I just think you're
Facts.
facing I think you're facing a hard drop. I think this struggles to make 250 million domestically, and then I mean it only made 60 million internationally. So like at a, if you do the 2.5 multiplier for both those just on the low end, you barely get 400 million.
Yeah.
And so I just think this thing has, I don't know, I could leg out, and that's what scares me. But even the people I talk to that like it were kind of still like it's a nothing movie. And so
Hmm.
I don't know. Word of mouth is not. I'm so curious to know what Ben thought of it, but word of
Yeah,
mouth just hasn't
yeah,
been
Me
great, and
too.
so I just don't think it's gonna do. I don't think it's gonna break even. We'll see.
yeah.
We'll see, but I just don't think.
I'm dying at Charlie over there, just hands on his head, just.
I know that boy liked this movie, bro. I know he liked it, bro.
uh,
I know he did. Oh my god.
it's brutal for the boy. And this was Ben's number one pick of the summer season. Just for reference, the number one picks went as Minions with Brandon, Moana from Charlie, Devil Wears Prada from me, and then Mando and Grogu for Ben. Devil Wears Prada has been amazing to me. Moana's up in the air, and Brandon talked about Minions earlier, but I say all that to say there's no way that this should have ever been a hit pick, or not a hit pick,
Oh,
a 1.4 for Ben.
since he's not here, I did want to pick your brain, Charlie. Would you have ever picked this?
No.
What round? See, that's what like.
Maybe my last pick.
See, and
Maybe if
well,
Yeah,
it was
see,
still
that's
yeah,
there.
where
yeah,
that's where I'm at. I would have picked it fourth, but Ben would have gone way before any of us to get the last pick. So I keep replaying that he picked it first.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like,
When
I
he
don't.
had everything else, dude, I
Yeah,
even
like
tipped my hand to him. I told him like before we started recording, I was like, all right, I'll tell you like where I'll tell you a project and where it's at on my board, like just to give you like a little hint. And I was like, I have Mando as like the last pick of my group of my third round, if that makes sense. So I had 4 films for each round. Mando was my 4th film in my 3rd round, and he was like, "Wait, you said it's in your 3rd?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, okay, interesting." I even tipped him off with that.
I just
uh
So
what else was there for him to pick? Obviously he got Backrooms
Odyssey,
next.
he should have
Odyssey.
taken
Odyssey.
Odyssey, which it will
Yeah.
say. Well, there's a long discussion about it come July. I think it breaks even. The how
Sure.
high it goes is such a
Yeah.
wild card, but I think it's more. I think it's probably more of a guaranteed profit than Mando is, but obviously we'll see. I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah, well, it's not even like what he could have picked before that he would have thought would make profit. It's just, or that he would have thought would have been a good first round pick. It's literally just something that's a better pick than Mando. Like, and I think literally all of these like
Scary movie
Brandon's
would have been better,
first
yeah.
2, Odyssey and Paw Patrol, he would have never picked Paw Patrol there, but like Odyssey, I don't know. I don't know. Like looking back through, my point isn't as solid. I think the grounds here is that Mando was a bad first round pick.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's fine as a pick if it just wasn't first, and that's what
Yeah.
I'll tell them. I would have picked it if it was there at the very end. I would have picked it over
Yeah.
Disclosure Day. I just think choosing it over the Odyssey is like, and we'll see. Maybe he'll get the last laugh. Maybe Odyssey will lose you $200 million
True.
or something. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't think. I think Mando's not going to break even. But Backrooms will save him. Obviously, we can have that
Oh
discussion.
man.
Backrooms is gonna
Yeah,
go crazy.
Backrooms I think is gonna make a lot of money. I think like I will just throw it out there. I think it'll be like a $200 profit, a $200 million profit for him
I don't know if. Well,
on the
maybe we'll
high
see.
end.
International is going to be interesting because the tracking today, I was going to send it to you, but I was like, I'll wait. Is that it's tracking similar to The Conjuring, the last one, which opened at $81 million domestically. So I
Mm,
think there's a chance this just demolishes whatever legs Mando has and opens to $80+ million, which
Sure.
yeah.
international will be the interesting thing. Horror is kind of all over the place internationally. Like Obsession has probably ran its course internationally, but Backrooms is unique, I guess, in the way it's approached. So I
Yeah.
don't know, but I still think it's a 200 million domestic for sure. I
Yeah.
think it's in that range.
Yeah.
I mean, the weekend after it's got a lot of competition, but I still think it holds really well.
Yeah. This is gonna make him so much money. And I kick myself. I really shouldn't because there was no way in any universe I was gonna do this. I really should have went Backrooms number one, Devil Wears Prada number two, and just let him have Odyssey and let him take that gamble with it because I know that he would have, and he
What was it?
probably would have went Odyssey Mando or
What
Mando
was my number
Odyssey.
2? Oh,
Your
you went
number two
after
was
me. You
was
went
Mortal
after me, so it
Kombat,
doesn't
yeah, but I
matter. It
went,
doesn't matter.
yeah. So I could have went Backrooms with the 1.3 and then turned around and done Devil Wears Prada because there was no way. Ben admitted that there was no way he was going to pick Devil Wears Prada. He would have went Mando Odyssey, and I kicked myself, even though I know I shouldn't, because there was no universe where I would have done this. But I kicked myself because I know that that was a possibility now, and
You just don't
I'm
know in the
greedy.
moment. I mean,
I'm
Sure.
greedy, yeah. And then Power Ballad. I'm sorry, Ben. I don't think that this is as good of a pick. Like I think you could have went a lot of other directions because Brandon made a good point. Power Ballad is opening with Scary Movie, Masters of the Universe, and Digital Circus. Like
Damn.
that is a lot to
well,
compete with.
yeah, they're actually doing a limited run of it this coming weekend, and then doing like the
Ah,
wide release next. I think it's pretty much DOA. I'm excited for it because I like the director. But I would be, unless the budget is like super super low. I think this
yeah.
could be negative. At best, it's maybe like a couple $1 million profit, but I also wouldn't be shocked if it's like a 20-30 million dollar loss.
Yeah. I didn't know it jumped up to 194.
Performs
I like that.
performs like normal. Yeah.
Enjoy it for a
Yeah.
week or two,
Yeah, I
however
know.
long till
I'm
Masters.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
dropping with
we're about to
Masters,
eat
bro.
some dirt, but it's fine,
I'm
Charlie.
dropping.
We got our hit picks. This
Yeah, it's true,
it's
bro.
gonna be a good summer. It'll be a
Less
good
than a
summer.
month till Toy Story for me, right? Less than a
Tickets
month,
go
I
on sale
think.
tomorrow.
Ooh, let's go,
Oh, so we'll
baby.
get a we'll
You
get a
get
good
some
idea.
projections? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Which, just so you
Oh.
know, not to like encourage you, but family films rarely do well in pre-sales.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
It like Zootopia. People were like,
Walk
"Oh,
up heavy.
it's like, yeah." Well, because
Yeah.
families buy everything. I mean, you got to pre-order 4 to 6 tickets in advance, and
Yeah,
people
that's
just
true.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
That's
normal people don't do that, and so
Normal people don't do that.
Nice. All right, well, that's some.
Well, last
Oh,
thing I
go for
wanted
it.
to
Go for it.
say, this isn't really in regards to the box office thing because I just remembered because Aiden sent me a video of Indy Navarrete playing COD, and I meant to bring this up. I meant to
think
bring
I
this
sent
up.
it to Brandon too.
Oh, really? I meant to
think
bring this
so.
up last week when we were talking about Obsession. But like, obviously, I know Indy from Superman and Lois. Like, I haven't seen all of Superman and Lois, but she, from what I've seen, she was really good in that as well. But I don't even remember how. But I saw one day that she was streaming on Twitch. I don't remember how I found that because I don't follow her on anything. I don't follow her on anything. But then when I saw she was streaming on Twitch, I was like, an actress streaming on Twitch. I was like, fuck it, I'll follow that. And dude, she used to stream all the time, bro. She used to stream all the time. I like, no joke, because I get Twitch notifications, and like I think it was COD, and she played Fortnite sometimes too. And like, bro, she was I was in those streams, bro. I would like just pop in and be like, this is interesting. Like, why an actress is doing this? Like, all right. But I mean, Indy, if you're like, she hasn't streamed in like 10 months. No, hold on. Wait, you guys don't even know what I'm gonna say. Hold on. You guys don't even know what I'm gonna say.
That just sounded like you were about to be like, if you're watching this.
yeah.
No. Okay. All right. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, Indy, if you're watching this, I mean, let's be honest. You're watching this. You're watching this. We're up there. I know you're watching this. But like, she hasn't streamed in 10 or 11 months or something like that. When I went and looked at her Twitch account the other day, like, she might have stopped when they started filming Obsession. I'm telling you, you come back right now, you will make boatloads of money.
Yeah.
You will make, I'm telling you, Indy, you will make a stupid amount of money. You should probably come back to streaming. But that's, I mean, whatever. You do you, obviously. You go, girl.
You and
Oh
your
my
successful
gosh.
career, you.
Yeah, you do
Come back
you.
to
I mean, yeah,
streaming,
you
bro. Come on,
yeah,
please.
I mean, I don't know, do both. It's crazy. Who knows,
Holy
man?
dude. That was, I truly thought you were gonna hit a Indy if you're watching this. Oh, I was
No,
like,
I mean,
Hey,
but
what in the
I'll feel
what in
bad,
the
Indy, if
world
you're
are you
watching.
doing?
If you're Indy, if you're watching, I know you're watching. Come on now,
Oh gosh.
biggest podcast in the world. Come on.
Escape Pod. We have to do our weekly mention. Shout out to Escape Pod, second biggest podcast below us. Moving on to the Mandalorian and Grogu, because this is I think what we are jumping in here for. If Attack on Titan, if Charlie had never started it, there's still a universe where we're coming in here talking about this movie, and I'm glad Brandon is here. I think we all kind of know our thoughts, especially because I texted y'all about something I want to do at the end of this review that I think would be fun. But for the sake of the audience, Mandalorian and Grogu came out this past week. We've talked about it a little bit. Let's give our official reviews with a thumbs up, down, sideways, whatever gesture you want to make. In 3, 2, 1.
It's like not all the way down, but it's like it's pointing down.
I think we're about the same.
Yeah.
Which is funny, Brandon, because my star rating might be a little bit lower than yours, Brandon, and you got the 2 thumbs down, but I think all of our ratings are like on the fence of dropping a little bit after this discussion.
Dude, no, I'm on the. I'll say like I was at 2 stars, but then I was looking because I gave Mortal Kombat 2 stars. Mortal Kombat's better than this fucking shit. I would probably drop down to 1.5.
1.5, really?
I think
I'm
so,
at 2
man.
stars. And what's funny is Mortal Kombat was also my kind of line. I'm like, I gave Mortal Kombat 3 stars. I had a lot more fun with Mortal Kombat. I'll give this 2 stars because, like, I do think there's a star difference right here.
There are
So
2.
funny.
Yeah,
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat was my wall. Well,
yeah, dude.
Whereas, like, this is a bad movie, but it's a fun bad. Where this one,
yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly.
There's not a lot of fun here. More like watching paint dry.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand the people that like listen, I don't want to yuck people's yum. Like if you actually enjoy the movie, great. I am happy for you. I don't want to take that away from you. I just wonder why though. What about it? Like is it just that Grogu's cute? Is that what it does for you? Cuz I would argue the action is not great. It's not bad, but it's not great. Like there's nothing that like I'm not looking at him doing it like the way it's edited too. It's just the final fight with spoilers, I guess. Not that there's anything to spoil in this fucking movie, but then you cut to like Mando and the other bounty hunter. I don't even know his name. I know he's in other stuff, but I'm not a Star Wars guy. So anybody who wants to say I'm blinded by nostalgia of old stuff, I'm not a Star Wars guy. Suck me. Mandalorian. The Mandalorian versus the other bounty guy, and then Rada versus his aunt and uncle. Just the way that's cutting back and forth between the two of them, and the way that it's cutting and in those individual fights, I'm just like I don't know what's going on. I don't like who's throwing punches, who's throwing them, how hard, where's everybody at? I don't know. I like what the hell's happening. The coolest action scene I think is the very beginning of this movie. Like I will say they locked me in. They locked me in at that beginning part of the movie. I was like, all right, this is pretty sick. This is cool.
Fire.
I'm here for this. But then when you get to the rest of the movie and there's absolutely nothing fucking going on, plot, story, character wise, holy shit. Oh my God. What were you doing in the beginning part of this movie, bro? Holy shit.
Yeah.
I just can't fathom like how they watch this and they're like, this is good. Like this has a story. What fucking story?
What story, bro?
I go for it. Go. No, continue. Please continue.
No, like, there's no plot. And like it bothers me so much that this feels like several episodes of the show. Like I see the season vision. And that's what pisses me off watching it because I'm like, it'd be really cool if this wasn't like I was watching a TikTok moments of season 4 of Mandalorian. Where it's like, okay, like I went to the bathroom and came back and I was like, did I miss anything? Like, I feel like we hit a huge jump, and like
Yeah.
nothing had happened. Being able to just pick right up and the Grogu stuff, which is cute at times.
Sure.
Yeah.
That 15 fucking minute stretch, because
Where
kept
it's just
checking my
him.
Oh my
phone.
god,
At some point,
man.
I was like, there has to be something more. Like, come on. Like, I get it, he's cute,
It's
and I love the
rough.
puppets, but what are we
Yeah.
doing? Why are we
Mhm.
still here? And like, you think you want me to believe you're gonna kill Mando in his first movie? The whole
Yeah.
fucking reason we're doing this is for the cash
Yeah.
cow of merchandise of this goddamn character. You think
Yeah.
you're gonna kill him in this movie?
Yeah.
Like, I hated that went on for so long. If it was Grogu having to be on his own, kind of like they had set up with him and the Babu Freaks, I could have given that. If you want to do a 50-minute stretch of them getting there, whatever. But the fact that it's just him guarding Mando, I was like losing my mind. I kept checking my phone. I was
Yeah.
like, this has to be over soon. And it just kept going.
Yeah. it's oh man. I wrote in my review, and this was what I told my coworkers. It's super casual general audience, and he was just like, "What'd you think of the movie?" Because he was like, he kept trying to find the word for plot, and I helped him get there, but he's like, I just feel like there's like no goal. Like, where's the goal in this? And I'm like, the word you're looking for is plot, buddy, and there's none of it in this. But my sentiment whenever I actually wrote the review, and I meant to do it. I didn't do it because I thought I had to. I was like, this is a great like theater premiere, like how The Boys did their finale. The first 2 episodes of Mandalorian season 4, theater exclusive premiere, and there's 40 minutes of extra footage just for the theaters of Grogu doing nothing. Like, you want some extra footage? Oh my god, I thought I was a mastermind coming up with that, but that's genuinely what it feels like. Like, I was like, man, if we could, and we'll talk about this later, if we could put this budget towards just season 4 of The Mandalorian, I would have loved that. Like, I would have appreciated it, because like, while season 3 I do think is kind of like this movie, just a lot of nothing. Let's get Mando and Grogu back together and just like tell a story, just one singular story with him and Moff Gideon. I would still watch a season 4 of Mando, and I would still like it, just because like that beginning action scene really reminded me why I love the character of the Mandalorian so much. Especially starting it off with like, I think those first 20 minutes are really so good, of just finishing up a mission and then showing, hey, we need this guy in order to get there. Go here first and do this. And it's cool because it's like a setup of like, oh, this is a great first episode, or like a great second episode. Like, we're gonna get to see him explore and go on this adventure to get to his ultimate goal. And we get to Shikari, and it's cool. It's different. It's like a cyberpunk. Yeah, exactly. It's like I was gonna say a cyberpunk Coruscant, but yeah, Chicago's great. It's really cool. It's like a futuristic Coruscant, and I thought that was really cool. Martin Scorsese did awesome. Like, I think how we were getting up to the Rada the
Why
Hut
is this
stuff.
one that he agreed to do in, bro? Why did he look at this and he was like, "Yeah, man, I'll be part of it." I mean, that check must have been crazy. He's like, "I'm gonna fund my next Leo movie with this shit." That's what he was thinking. Oh my gosh,
that Disney money, bro. They hid that from the budget. But yeah, I'm just like up to the Rada stuff is great. I was gonna make another joke, just biting off of Brandon, what you sent me last night. You could have went to the restroom, any conversation between Rada and Mando, and you would have gotten it again later in the movie. You wouldn't have this much. I'm not my father.
Dude,
Jeremy Allen White,
Rada.
what the fuck are we doing?
Bro, he phoned it.
Why?
No, I think everybody phoned it in though. Like Jeremy Allen White, that was crazy phoning in.
Too.
Pedro Pascal, crazy phoning in, bro. Almost all of his voice lines were so fucking bad. Sigourney Weaver phoning it in as well. Like, what are we doing, man? Oh my gosh.
As soon as you mention him phoning it in, like everyone phoning it in, dude, you're on the money with Pedro Pascal, because even when they take his helmet off and he's just like this the whole time, just mad, that's all it is. And I don't even think he maybe says like 5 lines of dialogue with his helmet off, and then it's back on, and you just know somebody else is in there, and he's just recording all his lines in post, and it's just, Grogu, stay here. You know, to be be a good kid. That's it.
Nah, dude, Grogu's a pet. Grogu's a pet, bro. That boy is not your son. Stay, heal. Like, what the fuck?
Well, and I also like, I think the sentiment of like them writing themselves in an eternal hole of Grogu being a Yoda and aging as slow as he is, you're stuck. You're
Mhm.
stuck with this like like we are not gonna get a moment. And this was kind of making me sad in the movie because I realized we're never getting a moment of Grogu going off on his own and like growing up and like leaving Mando. And they're
Mhm.
trying to force that, but they still have Grogu cooing like a baby
Yeah.
and like not even forming like half a sentence. I don't even think we've heard him talk yet or say anything yet. And it's like, when will you ever get to this point and have it actually feel like an emotional like goodbye between them two? And do we even get there? Is there
When he stops
anything
making money.
else? Exactly. Like, is there anything else on the horizon that's even going to feel warranted for this? Like, and it sucks because I think Mando's such a cool character, and that's what keeps pissing me off. Is he is such a cool character that I feel like can offer so much more because we saw it in the first season. The bring you in hot or cold. That got to pop out of me. I'm not going to lie, but again, this just feels like I hate that this character in this show has become Disney's biggest merch and cash grab post Disney buying Star Wars. Like
Hmm.
I think they realized that they couldn't do anything with the sequel trilogy, and then Mando just caught like a flame catching wind, and they were like, "Oh, let's go. We got it. This is it. Hook, line, sinker." And then they just took it from there. And
I
this is the fucking slop we're getting out of it, man.
I want to know, Charlie. I don't know what you've watched of it, so I'll just kind of. I want to know the discussion that was letting Grogu go in season 2 and then instantly reverting back in Book of Boba
Mm.
Fett. Was it like, hey, we're scared of the money, or was like, what? Because this movie is just like the clear definition of, hey, here's a couple cute merchandising moments for Grogu that we can use. Everyone in that theater, well, most of the women in that theater at my showing were wearing Grogu merch. And I'm like, this is the reason this movie exists. Dave
Yep.
Filoni
Yeah.
shows up twice in this goddamn
Yeah,
movie.
twice.
Oh,
No, yeah, bro.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Biggest eye
oh,
roll ever.
Holy
fuck,
shit.
fuck. I
Dude, when
reacted.
I saw him the first time, I was like, oh, okay, of course. But I was like, I was willing to let it go. I'm like, lots of directors do that.
Yeah,
But then I was thinking, like, well, they usually tie it into the story at least. But then he shows up again, and I was like, all right, bro, what are you doing? What the
I
fuck are you
audibly
doing?
reacted at that
Not that
second
he's the
one, and I
director,
was
I
like,
guess, but
he's the
he's a
secondary
writer.
director.
Yeah, oh, and yeah, he was a yes, and yeah, he was a
Yeah.
secondary director. Yeah.
So let John have
Speaking
it
of the
was fun.
director, John, what happened to
Yeah.
my goat? What happened to my goat, bro?
Oh no,
What happened to my goat after
that
Iron Man?
makes me think that Dave Filoni was like way more involved than just, I mean,
Maybe.
obviously, but oh my god, like I saw a tweet, I saw a tweet that said that Dave Filoni said that all the people that they fight in the ring like are background characters from the original trilogy or something. And then someone quote tweeted it and was like, Dave Filoni genuinely needs to fucking die.
It's okay. It's that stupid
Holy
fucking
shit.
chessboard.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I hate Dave
Holy
Filoni. I
shit.
have been so nervous about this. I'd love to have this conversation with Ben. Opposed to fucking Mandalorian and Grogu movie. This is the slop I'm worried about. If Starfighter is bad, I'm burning Disney to the ground. I will be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing?
No,
Like,
I mean,
what?
it's actually insane, man. It's
And what's
insane.
crazy to me is like last week, the mall show, pretty good. I was actually
Oh, yeah.
pleasantly surprised. Then I turn around and watch this, and I'm like, oh,
Uh,
okay, that was a slap in the face. That was my bad for
yeah.
believing in you. Sorry that I thought you could do
Yeah.
something here.
Oh my
So wait, are
gosh,
we more
man.
worried then? Like, give me the
I'm
hot or
more
cold.
worried.
With Kathleen Kennedy out, you're more worried now?
Yes, I
Okay.
Yeah.
understand. I understand that she had problems. I'm not gonna argue against
Yeah.
her. I think the sequel trilogy existing the way it does, she should have had a better vision for that. I understand Disney mandated a lot of things, but there's a lot of decisions she had to have made that really bother me.
Sure.
Whatever is going on with Filoni, I'm worried he's too in the depth of the lore of Star Wars. Because like that scene where it is these are the background characters. All those fucking characters are the holograms on the chessboard from A New Hope. I don't give a shit that you did that. I don't care that you want to. Seb is in this and is a nothing character and made me so mad.
Why? Why
Like,
did they
why?
pair? Like, what is the point? I know Zeb was in season 3, but why Zeb and Mando as bounty hunting buddies?
As a pilot,
What
he
is
doesn't
the
get
point?
He gets one action scene, and then he also gets to tell Rada that, like, oh, you can probably join us, and then he's just forced to pilot them around. What the fuck are you doing with this character?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you made him
a good character.
Yeah,
yeah.
It just like this to me. I'm gonna say this. This is the worst Star Wars movie. I stand by this because it's not a movie. It is the biggest, like at least Solo, which a lot of people, or Rise of Skywalker, whether or not I like the plot, it was trying. So
They tried to have a plot.
What the fuck was this trying? Like, I just, I get that, like, it just feels like this is what scares me with Filoni, is that it's too much of like, here's this thing and this thing, and like, let me bring back Rada, who was a character in the Clone Wars movie. Let's bring back Seb. Let's start to reintroduce these characters. But like, why? Like, who's asking for this? Like, why do this? Mando doesn't have an arc. Grogu doesn't have an arc. There's no, like, where they start at the beginning is where they are at the end. And like, it doesn't. The only thing that improves is the ship. Like, he gets his ship back. Oh, another merchandising thing.
Yes, dude. As soon as I saw it was a new ship, I was like, are we fucking kidding? I love his old ship, and we don't get to see it put to use once in this fucking movie, dude. God damn.
You know, I've seen a lot of people, maybe not a lot, but I've seen a subsect of people.
Like, bro, I love this shit.
What the hell? I didn't know you have that.
I was so, you got Mando, and then you even have a compartment for Grogu. Like, I love this shit. And we didn't get to see, we got to see it sitting next to the new one so that they can fucking sell a Lego set of that. I'm not buying that shit, man.
Well, how is Rada supposed to get around? You're not thinking about Rada, you know?
Fuck Rada.
That's what I was gonna say. Is some people say that Rada has an arc in this movie with him saying he wants to step out from his dad's shadow. That's all he says. That's not an arc. He just says that he wants to do that. That's not an arc. That's not. Do you know what a fucking character arc is? Like, what are you talking about? That's not an arc for a character. And then, like, sure, we're gonna say, oh yeah, the movie's fun, guys. Not everything needs to have a plot or a story or a character arc or character development in any sort of way, shape, or form. It's just fun. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. My bad, bro. I'm just supposed to fucking eat the Disney slop. My bad, bro. Holy shit. Fuck. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, man? Holy shit. Yeah. Ben, I know you liked this movie, bitch. I know you liked this fucking movie. I fucking know you did. And you're gonna have to fucking, you better come prepared to defend your fucking shit, buddy. Oh my God.
You think he listens to this?
Maybe not. He doesn't usually listen to the episodes he's not on, I guess.
Dude, and I think they reused the Rada hand on top of Grogu. I'm positive that's used 3 times in the movie. And the same dialogue of "you've got a good dad" or whatever, like, just retort. Same thing with the "I'm not my father." You know, what the, like, I just, the more I think about this movie, the more mad I get. Because I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Who? Oh, give me the list of the editors. The only good thing about this movie is the soundtrack, like the score.
Oh yeah.
I want to
Ludwig was in his bag, bro.
Can't do any wrong. The score, the opening minutes when the score starts playing, I was like, you know what?
Oh, dude,
the one on that Chicago planet, bro, that keeps playing over and over. I love that.
The techno, or like
so good, so good.
He saved. That's my 2.5 stars. Is that it's his fault. The score deserves a 5 out of 10 or whatever. But like the rest of the movie, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
It is so bad.
I was gonna say, like, I actually really loved them introducing all of this like an episode from the show. Like, whenever it whenever it says The Mandalorian and Grogu in the same font of the show, and the whole time you just hear the theme, like, hearing that in IMAX was really freaking cool. It was just, that was like, okay, I'm a little bit hyped. Like, I couldn't mess with this. And that first action sequence and them on the planet and Mando doing his thing, I was like, all right, bro, this is like, again, up until they get to Shikari, I was like, I don't know what people are smoking. This is a 7 out of 10 right now. Like this is a 3.5 star movie. I'm messing with this big time. And then yeah, I mean we know the rest.
And then the
is
rest happened.
history, yeah.
When it
Um,
when
yeah.
it brings in the guy and it cuts to him going home, Taylor leaned over and goes, "That's the end of an episode." And I was like, "I thought that was the end of the movie.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought it was over." I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
oh right, we still have the hunts." I was like, "I know I've seen the scene in the trailer with his mask off." So I was like, "We still have more fucking movie."
yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, man. It that I checked my phone and I was like, man, I think our showtime was 7:15. Of course, with the AMC, the trailers are ridiculously long. So about 30 minutes in. So I was like, okay, about 7:45 is when this started. I checked my phone, it was 8:30. And I was like,
Yeah,
okay, so it's about an hour. I was like, all right, if they have about 30 more minutes. And then when I see the Cad Bane character, I was like, oh, okay, I'm starting to remember a lot of the trailer. We still have the Grogu
yeah.
like meditating scene. We still have the snake. I was like, okay, I'm kind of cautious knowing that we have that much left. We're nowhere near that right now. I'm kind of cautious on how that goes. But yeah, that truly does feel like the end of episode 1. It's like, okay, cool. Here's like welcome back to the Mandalorian season 4. Like we got an in theater premiere of the first 2 episodes of Mandalorian season. Like that is genuinely what it felt like. Hey guys, y'all are so excited. We're showing the first 2 episodes in theater. Like that is what this fucking felt like, dude.
Interestingly, a little thought thing I have for you guys. If we found out that they started dropping a season 4 right after this, like let's say this weekend, they announced sometime this week season 4, and this was actually the first, like the premiere 2 episodes or whatever. Does that bring this up for you guys, or like regardless of how the season 4 performs, is this higher for you guys then? Or no?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
If now if season 4 came out, which is where I thought you were going this direction, I'd be there 100%. Like I would still watch it, and I would be
I'm
there
sure you'd
every
still be there.
night. But I would just be like, what the fuck was the point of the movie? Like, I understand, like, cool. If we started the season off and it was like a launching point from where we left the movie off, I would just be like, why not just drop this directly to streaming or do like a special presentation or something? Like, it's still it doesn't change the fact that that was the biggest like nothing burger I've wasted time on in a long time.
Yeah.
I would say maybe. My answer would be
Okay.
it would really depend on the rest of season 4, because I feel like these 2 episodes, if you want to say they were just 2, feel like nothing. But I really feel like this should have been a special presentation. I haven't watched the Daredevil or the Punisher one,
Punisher
but
one.
everything I've heard is just like it's Frank just
Uh-oh.
killing people and then accepting that he's Punisher again and now leading to
Yeah.
Spider-Man, which I feel like,
Yeah.
which I feel like if the Mandalorian and Grogu was just this as a special presentation or whatever Disney wanted to call it on Disney Plus, I could have accepted it more. So I give you a hard maybe. It would really just
Okay.
depend on what it actually played into. I
Yeah.
do think that it's still like, if for you to have tricked me and to not do anything, just to be like, all right, hey guys, hey, we had this planned out, don't worry. But that's just like to have kept it secret, I would have been more impressed with. But
Sure.
I don't know. I don't think it would have changed my perspective of. It gets into the Clone Wars movie argument, where that movie is 3 episodes of the series put together, and it's still bad. Like I can never separate that. Like if you want to remove that from the rankings, be my guest. But at the end of the day, it's still like not great as a film. So I would have to stand by that as, like I said, I think this is with the Clone Wars, the worst Star Wars movies. And I feel like that would, I don't know. You get into a lot of like, I would have to see how it played out. It wouldn't change how I feel right now. I would be more upset because I'd be like, these are 2 episodes that were like the fears that everybody has with Filoni taking over.
Sure.
And I feel like we would still lean into that. I don't know. Yeah.
The last thing I'll say about this movie, and is probably the more serious part of it for me, even though I meant everything I said before, just it was obviously played up. But for this, like, everybody wants to say like not every, like, as I mentioned before, people are saying not every movie has to be this big grand thing. Like, they can just be fun, right? But this was the first Star Wars movie in 7 fucking years, man. I think that we needed something more than just fun.
Mhm.
Even if I were to cede to that point that yes, this is a fun movie and it's nothing more than that, and it doesn't need to be. Sorry, I wouldn't cede to that point that it doesn't need to be. But if I were to cede to the point that it's a fun movie, I think this place where Star Wars is right now, it needs more than just fun. It needs something compelling, like in Andor. It doesn't need to be as heavy or as I don't want to say grandiose. I guess I'll just leave it at heavy, but it doesn't need to be as heavy or anything like that as Andor. But like, just show me a clear maybe direction as to where Star Wars is headed. Because like here, you just make me worry more, and you make me want to check out more. In fact, like I this doesn't do anything to reinvigorate my excitement now when it comes to the Starfighter movie. My excitement is sheerly based on Ryan Gosling, and I think he's going to give a great performance in that movie. Because also, like, you add in the fact, because Taika Waititi's directing that one, right?
No, it's Sean Levy.
Sean Levy. Okay. Oh, okay. Right. That I knew it was a director that I was just like, eh. But because after Deadpool and Wolverine, but now going into Starfighter, like that's all that's all I'm excited for. Like that, it's just the Ryan Gosling aspect of it. I have no confidence in Dave Filoni's ability to write or even oversee a project that can really have anything to say, or anything of value really, that is going to make me feel like I didn't waste my fucking time going to the fucking waste my time and money sitting in this theater. Like, I just don't. Star Wars cannot just be carried by all of these TV shows that are great, admittedly. Like, I hear Maul is great, as Brandon mentioned. Andor's great, as we know. And Mando season 1 and 2 are great. But, like, Star Wars needs more than that. And it's just like, at this point, you're not showing me that. And that is worrisome. That is beyond worrisome. Like, it was already worrisome before, having been 7 years since. And the last one was garbage, widely considered to be garbage. And now you drop more garbage. And there's the people, and not that I want to blame the viewer, but the people that are just eating it up, no problem. Like, you're part of the problem. I think you're part of the problem. Like, we have I don't want to call it a duty, but I feel like we have a responsibility to let the people that make these things know that it needs to be better. And you saying that it's just fun. Like, yeah, you're not doing us as a collective any favors. So
It needs the bomb.
seriously.
Yeah.
I almost
Yeah.
said that in the group chat, but I didn't want to be like too mean on Ben without explaining. But like, I hope this movie fails. I hope not for the sake of the draft, but for the sake of Star Wars. Because
Sure.
if this does well, it sends the wrong message, and then I'm just more pissed off at people. I already had to deal with everybody piss off me on the sequel trilogy and them course correct after Last Jedi. If I have to fucking deal with this Grogu Mandalorian slop for the next however ever long, I'm gonna lose my mind with this goddamn series. Like, you don't listen. The fans are the worst people to listen to. So,
Yeah.
I hope it bombs. And Ben, I hope you're listening. Not against you, but like, I just hope it bombs for Star Wars' sake, because it needs to understand. Disney needs to understand that this is not acceptable. And
Yeah.
I'm so worried. It's like the third or fourth highest rated audience score of the Star Wars films.
Yeah, it was like an A minus.
Well, no,
With
the Rotten,
on.
sorry, the Rotten Tomatoes, 88.
Oh, the Rotten Tomatoes. Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sheesh, man.
God, bro.
Yeah,
Y'all are
that's crazy to me. That's
Y'all are
absolutely
lost.
crazy to me.
Yeah, so that's what scares me about the legs. That's why earlier I wouldn't commit, because I'm like, if my mom is like maybe the target audience, and nothing against her, she just loves Grogu. She doesn't really care
Yeah,
for Star Wars.
there you
She
go.
loves Grogu, and she was like, I liked it. I'm like, yeah, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you had fun. But this is not what I want.
Yeah. Good grief, man. Yeah. Jeez. Well, there's your Mandalorian and Grogu talk. We will we will now commence this with a nice little draft. And I reached out to these boys because, as we know, the Mandalorian and Grogu's budget $165 million. So I had to kind of pick their brains a little bit on what they thought about the movie. Brandon usually tells me, we talk about it right after the movie comes out. But now that he's on this episode, I want to do a nice little loose draft. We'll just go through and say our 3 things. We're going to draft what we would have rather spent $165 million on, because it wouldn't have been this. So kicking us off first, we'll just start with Charlie. We'll keep this nice, short, and sweet.
Okay.
What is your first pick for something you would rather spend $165 million on?
My first one, I went pretty light. Something that would be enjoyable. And I don't know how pricing of this stuff works, but I'm just taking a guess. Okay. I would have rather spent that $165 million on an actual Mandalorian and Grogu ride in one of the Disney parks. One of the Disney parks. That'd be cool.
I thought you were gonna say an actual Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
Oh, that that would have been better.
A ride, yes, a ride. Okay, I like that. That's a great answer, Brandon.
Like fleshing out the Star Wars parks a bit more. That's my serious answer. You'll see the
There's
rest.
Sometimes where I felt like this felt like a ride. I won't lie. This felt like a ride. And I got the Scorsese thing, so I was like, it was really a ride.
Yeah. Mark Scorsese, welcome, bro. Welcome on the ride.
Yeah, welcome to the amusement park.
Glad you could join us.
My first pick would be giving Tony Gilroy, the creator of Andor, $165 million to do whatever he wants in Star Wars.
Oh, that's fire, yes. Benjamin.
Even if you just have to pay
Benjamin, that's fire, Brandon. Yeah. That's fire. That's fire. Why did I say Benjamin? That's fire, Brandon. That is fire. That is actually fire. That's phenomenal.
That is a great pick. That is awesome. That is a great pick.
That is so good.
This is not my official answer, but I thought this was funny, so I'll say it. 165 million obsessions. Like, give me 165 million or 165 obsession movies. No, but actually, one of my serious answers, I would take this money and put it towards something that Corey Barker said in an interview, an anthology series of just One Wish Willows, and give me like 3 seasons of like 7 episodes or 10 episode seasons, and just with the same touch that was on Obsession, and give me an anthology series of just One Wish Willows going absolutely wrong or going great. Just let me have that series. Put that money towards that.
Yeah, that's I actually, once that was not teased, because I don't think it's actually something that's happening, at least as of right now, that's an idea that very much excites me, and I think that would be really cool. My second one, I said I would rather give the $165 million straight to Gavin J. Knopf and give racist Spider-Man another stab at him. I would rather sit through some shit like that than this fucking movie. Oh my God.
Give him another stab at it.
Oh my gosh.
Holy shit.
Dude. Oh my God, that's a banger.
Stupid, bro. Golly, man.
Oh man,
I hate this
that's
movie
awesome.
so much.
Yep. All right, Brandon, your second pick of what you'd spend.
My first one was my most interesting, because the next 2 are kind of whatever. It'd be giving the $165 million to some dev studio to actually fix the Knights of the Old Republic remake.
Oh, that's another fire answer, actually, because I've been waiting on that, because I never played Knights of the Old Republic, the OG.
We'll see if it happens.
Dude, I know, like, every Star Wars game right now, almost, other than like the Jedi games, because we don't know about them, but like the what's the one that? Oh well, Fate just got announced. I'm excited for that one too, but that one's like probably a long time away. But Eclipse, the one that the Detroit Become Human devs are doing. That one's in development hell too. Like, oh my gosh, man, where are we at?
How? Like,
that's the thing, yeah. Dude, they announced that like 2020, 2021, and like there's, oh my gosh. Same with the Knights of the Old Republic remake too, but I don't want to turn this into a gaming podcast.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, I do, but yeah.
Bro, we need an episode with just y'all two, just going gaming crazy.
Just repeat whatever kind of fun he says for the week and see how that goes.
Truthfully, yeah.
My second pick is just kind of a dumb one. I'd give the $165 million to Bumhouse Productions in our fantasy box office draft so that I can fucking come closer to being in first place and cover my bomb pick. So cover Masters of the Universe. So yeah, I'd rather give that movie to me.
bro would rather take handouts. That's insane. I like it. I respect it though. I respect it. My last one. This one's dumb. I said I would rather spend $165 million on an elaborate torture chamber with multiple torture devices that progressively get worse the deeper into the chamber you go. And by the end of it, it would have told a better story of my fucking pain and suffering than the story of this fucking movie. Holy shit. That's so fucking stupid. Oh my God. This fucking sucks.
Oh, I love it. Holy shit.
Fuck,
yeah, that's
dude.
Awesome. Oh my God. Brandon, your third and final pick of what you would rather spend $165 million
Well, I only had
on.
2 left. It was either that I keep the money for my pain and suffering because I feel like that's
there you go.
or give it to Damien Chazelle to get out of director jail and let him make it once.
Yes, I love it. Oh, I love it. Yes.
Wait, are you a Babylon lover too?
Never seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, so here's the thing. I will watch it one day. La La Land is one of my favorite movies of all time, and same thing with Whiplash. And I just if I don't like it, it's gonna bother me. So I need to be like in the right headspace, and I've just never been there to watch it. Because Chazelle is like somebody who I hope can come back and score another Oscar.
Oh, you're telling me,
get the
man.
success he deserves.
Yep, you are telling me. With my third and final pick on what I would rather spend $165 million on, I would give it to the staff of The Boys to use anything other than AI to come up with a better way to write the final season.
You see, I almost made an AI joke about this movie.
Tear down the data center that's near the Boys production studio so that we can get something better than that. All right. Well, on that topic, man, there's our review of Mandalorian and Grogu. Let us know what y'all thought. Yeah, in the comments below. We'll get Ben's thoughts next week. What a fun review. This is one of the some of the most fun I've had reviewing a horrible movie. I think Trap, or was it Trap?
What was that movie? Yeah. I think it was Trap. I think it was Trap.
Blanking on his name.
Yes.
I think it was Trap.
Yes. That was probably that's up there with some of the most fun I've had reviewing a movie, just because gosh, that was just a hilarious movie.
Stupid.
What
a movie.
What can I say? I love
reviewing
bad movies. Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, I'd watch 165 million Traps. So yes, thank you, Brandon, for joining. Unfortunately, you won't get to The Boys.
Thank you,
Brandon.
Brandon.
Well, we only went 2.5 hours at this point, so
yeah. Well, it's been a fun episode. Dad duty calls. So thank you for joining. Thank you for stopping by. And for everyone else, we will get into our discussion of The Boys. So Brandon, we will see you.
I'll see you guys for probably the draft, right?
Adios, sir.
Right. Yeah, there we go. I'll see you, man. Thank you for joining.
Bye.
Alrighty, The Boys finale. What a fun episode this has been. I think just because I want to try to extend the reach of people watching our box office Mando and The Boys and our draft and whatnot, I might have to just cut the Attack on Titan and post that separately, because I do think that's a great discussion.
Yeah,
but post that,
I actually think that's a good idea. That might get a lot more clicks that way if it's
and this has been a phenomenal episode so far. Holy shit, this has been great.
I agree.
I got to talk about Attack on Titan, and then we just had to have one of the most fun reviews ever. I'm gonna be real upset if Ben did hate it, and he could have joined in on all of this and just just couldn't because he missed out. But it is what it is. All right, for our last and final topic, The Boys season The Boys season 5 finale, the finale of the entire series as a
Series,
whole,
yeah. Series finale,
has
crazy.
is finally upon us. Yes, um, the Boys series finale dropped last week, and we get to talk about it in all of its glory or all of its horror, and we will give our reviews for the finale of it right now in 3, 2, 1. Yeah,
I see.
yeah,
It's funny. It's
I enjoyed
well, you said the
it.
AI thing, and I was the whole time I was like, "Oh shit, did he not like?" Because I think the finale was fucking great.
Yeah. I had a really good time with it. It's again, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. It's unfortunate that the build up to this finale is the way it was,
Yeah,
but I had a good time with this, man. Like I was really sad everything that we got to see play out towards the end, and everything with Homelander's hilarious. I had a good time with this.
yeah,
I had a really good time with this finale.
me
I'm a
too.
fan of it. I know Ben's big sentiment, because this is kind of how I felt with Stranger Things. The build up to the finale is unfortunate, but the finale itself and the goodbye that we get to say to the show that we grew up with, Stranger Things, a lot more, but also The Boys, because I've texted you this before, but like I remember my dad coming in my room being like, "Have you seen this new show on Amazon, like called The Boys? It's freaking crazy. The first episode is wild." And I just remember watching it being like, "Man, this is awesome." So I got to be there for this show in its entirety, which
Yeah,
is not common nowadays with how long the people like to drag these shows out. So it was a bitter goodbye. And I know Ben, this is where I was going with this. I know Ben's sentiment with a lot of this is it doesn't matter what the finale is, the buildup wasn't there, it doesn't feel warranted. And I can see that sentiment.
sure.
I can see where he would be with that. I've always been of the camp of, hey, this is bad, but this is our goodbye. Like this is, we get to say goodbye to this show. This is the, no matter how we felt about this season, this is also the goodbye to the season 1 and 2 and 3.
Which I feel
And
like that was
the
similar to your sentiments of Stranger Things, right?
yeah, and like
Yeah,
the showrunners know this. They know that they are also saying goodbye to the great discussion that was around the earlier seasons of said shows. For Stranger Things, even the season before. So the showrunners know that, and I think they take that into account. They're not dumb, no matter what we say about AI writing the show for them. But I've always been able to look past what the buildup looks like. So with that being said, yes, I'm a big fan of this finale.
yeah. I think they dotted their I's and crossed their T's very, very well.
Mhm.
For longtime fans of the show. Like, of course, I have complaints that kind of span almost to exactly what Eric Kripke talked about in an interview, I think a couple weeks back, is that with series finales, people go back and retroactively judge the whole show, and maybe that's a little bit true for me.
Mhm.
I.e., without spoiling stuff from this episode quite yet, i.e., Homelander not ever really doing anything super crazy, like never going full loose cannon or anything like that.
Yeah.
But besides things like that, I just think that, like, I think of all the characters, I think Butcher got a good ending. I think Huey got a good ending. Annie got a good ending. MM got a great ending. Even Ryan, as someone we were like, dude, where's he been? Like, other than early on in this season, I think everything that happened, I think was really, really well done. And I think I it's rare that I feel as wholly satisfied as I did watching this like when it comes to series finales in general. Even something like Chuck, like granted I was young when that ended. I was like 11 years old when that ended. So
Yeah.
I wasn't really judging that in the same way that I judge something now. But I think to even back then I didn't feel a sense of satisfaction, a great sense of satisfaction that I felt here with this. And even though I liked Stranger Things, the latter half of the episode, and I believe I remember saying that in our review of it, that I
Mhm.
remember liking the send off. That whole first half of that episode really kind of soured it for me. Whereas this, I feel like the entire episode is good and leading us towards a great path of saying goodbye, I guess.
Yeah, yeah,
So overall, I think as for Ben's sentiments with it not being able to make up for the whole season, like of course, yeah, I agree with that as well. And I mean, pointing to something so specific as like V1, what a MacGuffin that literally had nothing to do with anything. Like it did not
yeah,
matter
yeah.
like whatsoever. It played no larger when he got it, he was the exact same, you know? And so I don't know. There's stuff like that are glaring problems, absolutely. But I think, and I said this a couple weeks back, like if Homelander wins, like that, this show is a wash for me. Like
Mhm.
that's which it maybe in saying that, I realize now that it probably sounds like, oh, I always want the happy ending. Not exactly the case. I would have been fine with Homelander winning just if he had faced some sort of comeuppance. I feel like throughout the entire show he hadn't faced his comeuppance. Oh my gosh, his comeuppance yet. So
Mhm.
in any way, shape, or form, and so I needed to see that, whether it was his death or something. And so I think I don't know. It was great. I do wish they could have done a little bit more. Like the the fight scene itself probably wasn't that flashy or great. Like it's just in the Oval Office, and there's not much moving around. Which, I mean, Amazon is a multi-billion-dollar company. They definitely could have paid for it to be of a higher scale, but they just chose not to. Same story with like Invincible and the animation there. But overall, the complaints I have are very minimal compared to how good slash great I think this series finale was. I don't think there's
Yeah,
a lot of people saying it's on the level of Stranger Things or Game of Thrones. No, that's just, I know you don't have
no.
reference for Game of Thrones, but that's just, no, it's just not the case.
Yeah. Yeah. uh, there's tons of things that I would have changed about this season as a whole. There's a lot of things I would have changed about the build up to get to where we're at. Um, it's I don't know. The V1 stuff really bothers me quite a
Yeah,
bit
for sure.
looking back, but yeah, like I said, I mean to see Billy finally get his revenge, to see them finally bring this man to his knees. And I thought it was good how just before this Homelander was just talking about how pathetic the Deep was,
Yeah,
and then we get to see him in that light.
yeah,
Like there's a lot of really good things here, and I think the pacing was really well too. Looking at the episode and seeing that Homelander was dead and there were still 30 minutes left, I was like, oh gosh, what's gonna happen, dude? What is this? What does this mean for us? Um, so I had a really good time with it. Yeah, I mean everything bad that I have to say about the finale really just has to do with the buildup and season 5 as a whole and the final season
yeah.
of the show as a whole. But yeah, I don't know. I think they landed the plane. I'm a big fan of it. I'm a fan of how everything went down. It's really just everything before and the seasons actually 4 and 5 leading up to the finale that really just sour me. But
You know,
yeah, it was nice to say goodbye. It was nice to say goodbye in the way that we
it
did.
was, it really was. I cried. I cried in during parts of this episode, specifically like with the butcher stuff, and like, ah, man, that's, you really are the spit in the Lenny. Ah, it's
Yeah.
good stuff, man. Good stuff. But I was just gonna say that, you know, it's funny. Like we regard season 3 as the best season of the show, but that season had the worst finale, I think, of the entire show.
Yes. Yeah.
That like season 4 and 5, like we don't like as much, but like the finales of both of these seasons, great, like
Really
really great
good.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
think
it's just funny.
season four's finale is so good. But
Yeah.
I remember watching like I came here, I visited here from home to watch the finale of season 3 and I was like, "Oh man, that didn't leave me as satisfied as I wanted it
Well,
to."
I remember when
But
we were talking about it way back years ago. Like I remember your sentiments of like it just feels like we're treading like the same ground. Like Homelander gets away again, and like and yada yada yada.
yeah.
Like what was this all for? And like that was just so glaring in that season. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That is a funny dynamic that Because I think season two's finale is really freaking
it
good.
is.
Everything in
It
the
is.
woods where they
Yep.
just like threatened to expose his flight video, and then obviously seasons 1, 4, and 5. Like, there's some really good finale. They know how to land a freaking plane.
Yeah.
But season 3, when they had the strongest buildup, like that Hero-gasm episode it's kind of it's interesting. I'll have to pull it. I'll have to look back. It's a funny coincidence that Ben couldn't be on this episode because I want to compare and contrast me and you talking about the Hero-gasm episode and how over the moon we were, and then cut to like this saying goodbye to the show, and it's just me and you again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. There's something to be said on characters and how we feel about the ending that everyone had, especially in a season where it felt like that was kind of impossible at points.
Yeah.
And how satisfying it felt. Yeah. I'm very pleased with this. I'm very happy with how this turned out.
Me too. Diving into spoilers a little bit for those who care. I love this is for Frenchie. Just starts beating the fucking shit out of him. And then the last, like, of course he has to say this too. And like, if he hadn't said this, it would have been soured a bit for me. Like, this is for me, Becca. And then he just slams him in the fucking, or my Becca, I think he says, not me. But and then just crowbarring his fucking skull open is crazy, bro. I love that so much.
I love the facial acting of all of the boys too. When they walk in and they just see it, and Billy, like, he just turns and looks at them, and they're just like, oh my God, like it's finally, it's done. It's finally
over.
here. And like they just like they start to smile a little bit, like they start to tear up too. It's so nice, man.
Good shit, bro. It's good shit. Little highlight for me. I love I love Huey doing his doing Butcher's accent to
dude, yeah.
Oi,
That was
just
so
fucking
good.
diabolical.
It's so funny too, because it felt like a finale moment. Like, oh, let's throw this in here. This is fun. Like, just, Huey and doing his best Butcher imitation. It works so well, because at the first time he's like, oi, and I was like, oh shit, okay, like Billy's kind of messing with Father here. And then for a split second I was like, oh no way, and it cuts and we see Butcher. I think this might be a hot take. I think we possibly got maybe our best meme from this episode of the boys. No, with the Deep walking in and Father looking and then just putting his head down, and Homelander glancing and just like sighing. Have you seen that one?
I don't think I have. No.
Oh,
I mean,
dude,
obviously I
I'll
watched
have
it
to
when
pull
I
up.
was watching the show, but no, I haven't seen it in a meme.
The way the GIF plays off is so hilarious. But yeah, I also shout out to Daveed Diggs, man. I think he was such an awesome,
great stuff from
addition
him
to this
all
season.
Yeah.
It's
like it's a testament to come into like the final season as a brand new character and like and really make your stamp. Yeah. I think he did a good job.
Like feeling like warranted too. Feeling like your addition is warranted.
Like, and he feels like he's belonged the whole time. Like it doesn't feel like out of place or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Neb knew this was gonna be a banger.
He's like, dude, it's freaking rich. I love it. It's rich.
Butcher's
shout out to
Butcher's
Daveed
death,
Diggs.
bro. Yeah. Seriously. Butcher's death, I can't give that scene enough praise, man. I think that one felt like it went back to the what was great about season 3, like that whole flashback episode with Butcher. Like when they want to get emotional, they can get emotional. Eric Kripke and the writers, and I think this was good stuff.
Yeah.
Butcher consoling Huey, like, because he's telling the truth at the same time. Like, you did the right thing, Huey. Like, I wasn't gonna stop. Like, you needed to do this, and so
yeah.
God,
for a second, I was like, no way, Huey just like accidentally shot him whenever Billy was in the middle of like reconsidering. But then, like, before Butcher even said anything, I was like, it's probably just how this is just how it has to go though. You know,
Mhm.
like if I'm Butcher, and I saw a lot of people talking about this, also Terror dying in that moment, I feel like was a little like out of the blue. I know that they kind of talked about like him getting old before that, but
Yeah.
I wish that that moment didn't feel like Ryan just dissed me. I turn around, now my dog just died out of nowhere. Oh my gosh, everything's out. I wish that was built up a little bit more, but that's beside the point. I saw a lot of people complaining about like his just sudden twist, like, oh, he wants to kill all the soups now. But you see them all having so much fun, drinking, laughing, telling stories. And then a Butcher like kind of sits there and realizes like, I really have nothing no more.
Yeah.
Like my
Exactly.
entire goal was to take out Homelander and to avenge my dead wife and um you know, try my best to save the world from Homelander. And he's like, now that that's done, you know, what do I really have? So
Yeah.
for Huey, for him to tell Huey, I was gonna do it no matter what. You did the right thing. Like this is where it has to go. Because one, I have nothing, and two, I know in my heart doing this that it is the wrong thing to do, and it does nothing but just try to satisfy that emptiness inside of me. And I also think there's something to be said about the fact that he did wait and Huey called him out on that and he tried to pivot. I do think he waited for that reason. You know, as soon as Huey shows up, I think he kind of knows like, okay, Huey's here. I know what needs to be done
Yeah.
and I'll fight him for it. I still want to accomplish this goal, but he cares more about Huey, obviously, than he does about accomplishing that goal. And that was shown in that moment. So, there's something to be said about how like how that just pulls at your heartstrings for Butcher's
Yeah.
character. It's very
I
unfortunate.
love MM getting back with I forget her name, his ex-wife's name.
Yeah, yeah,
But I love
I
Ryan also, like being MM adopting Ryan and taking Ryan into his family. I think that's great. I think that's perfect.
yeah,
I even love just Ryan telling Butcher off because I think that that's the right choice for Ryan's character too. Like, I didn't
yeah,
choose you over my dad. Like, you're also a terrible person. Because he's right. And just banger stuff, bro. Banger stuff.
yeah. I love that moment coming full circle of just I want you to do something for me. I want you to take Ryan if all of this goes south. And MM's like, why? He's like, because you're the best father that I've ever known. You're the best person that I've ever known. And that really hitting MM right there. And then, you know, at the end seeing that, which I thought was pretty cool. I know that Ryan's depowered, but I think it would have been a really cool thing to show like what happens now. Like I saw somebody tweet this. The boys universe with Ryan under MM could have their first Superman. Like they could have their
I
first
did see
like
that. Yeah, I saw
genuinely
that too.
good superhero and
Mhm.
Superman. I know he's depowered, but I think that that would have been a really cool like thing to leave off on, like this symbol of hope now that Vought's taken down or Homelander at that. But now that the evil is seemingly rid of the world, um, yeah, for Ryan to kind of be humanity's next hope for what soups could really be, especially because that would make Huey's decision to kill Butcher that much more impactful. Because like, yeah, Butcher has no hope for any of that, but it's like, well, look at Ryan. You know, there's your hope right there that soups can be good and can do good.
Yeah. I still wonder why he's depowered. Like, because I thought he was the first natural born soup. Obviously, like that's still because of V, but I would figure that instead of the V like causing his DNA to change, his DNA would have just been innately changed because of the V in Homelander's body. But I mean, I don't know.
Mm,
I don't want to get
yeah,
into the nitty gritty of that too much. But
yeah,
yeah, man. And then even like the little moment with Kimiko seeing Frenchie. I've seen some people complain about that scene because like you just stop everything in the middle of a tense situation to have her have that. But I
oh
think that
no,
that
I
was,
love that scene. Yeah,
yeah, I think that was necessary for her.
yeah.
I think that was good.
Well,
So
especially him saying like, she's like, I can't work up the rage to make this work.
yeah,
And,
because all I feel is
and
sadness.
yeah, and he's like, that rage has never been you. Like, essentially take these other feelings and put them to use. I thought that was really good. I like that scene a lot. I think it was really sweet, and I think it's I don't know. I like the concept, and again, this goes back to Eric Kripke maybe saying because I don't know how true this is. I know you and Ben, maybe it was Ben, brought this up a couple episodes ago, knowing the where he wanted to end things, but not so much how to get there. It really feels apparent because I do like the direction that we go. I do like Kimiko powering down Homelander after he takes the it was a V1, right? After he
Yeah.
takes the V1 um to become immortal, to begin to do scorched earth, and they have to stop him from that. And so they track him down in the Oval Office and they do that. Like, I love the direction that we took it up to going up to the finale. It's just how we got there, man. I want a universe to see what a really good paid off buildup looks like in this show. Um, but yeah, I think the moment was cool. There's maybe a lot to be said here that I can't really think of off the top of my head of Homelander's excitement of seeing Butcher. And I know someone played it as a joke and was like, "Man, his eyes lit up that Butcher was there on his big day," and like they were
Yeah.
like joking about it, but people were genuinely like, "Man, that was his only constant in his life, and it was the only man that didn't fear him." And when he stood in front of him, it was the only person that really challenged him when it came to everything. Um, and so his face lighting up in that moment, like people have said, Homelander genuinely doesn't care about anybody except for Noir and Black
Yeah.
Noir in seasons 1, 2, and 3, and Butcher. And I think that's true. And I do think there's a lot to be said there about that moment and how Homelander feels about Billy.
Yeah, I agree. There's some like power scaling issues that people have problems with, and that I can understand, I guess. In a similar vein to how Invincible has these problems, but like we watch Homelander. What was it? Last episode? Yeah, last episode. Speed Blitz, Frenchie essentially. Just Frenchie taps on the wall, and he's there in 2 seconds, not less than that, a nanosecond. And
Mm-hmm.
in the very first episode of this season, he's keeping up with A Train, and you expect me to believe he's not fast enough to fly out of that room in just a second
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
Butcher has a chance to react. Butcher or Ryan has a chance to react, but it's whatever. I that kind of stuff doesn't bother me too much to get to this ultimate end goal. So
Yeah.
I'm willing
Yeah.
to excuse that.
Yeah, it's whatever. I'm playing fast and loose with this finale.
Yeah.
You just you kind of have to if you want to, I know that like me even saying this would trigger Ben, but it's just like you have to, it's fast and loose. That's what this entire season has been. And if you truly want to just enjoy the goodbye, then enjoy the goodbye,
Yeah.
however you feel about the show or at least this season as a whole. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Big fan, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time with this finale. What can I
Now,
say?
big question for you, because you did not watch Gen V. Are you going to watch Vault Rising? Huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch Fire Rising. Yeah.
Hey, man,
I
there we
told
go.
you, I told you, man. I'm like, I think that trailer looks good. Like,
Yeah.
I'm interested in a prequel boys universe, revolving around Stormfront and Soldier Boy. Like,
Yep.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that. I think now that the show's over, especially, but in the middle of the show, detouring to Gen V and then having season 4 and then detouring again to Gen V season 2. I wanted my boys universe. I wanted this story and just this story and how it wraps up. But I'm super interested in the character of Marie. Like, I think that would be really cool. And I hate that they canceled Gen V because I would not be opposed now that the show's over to a season 3 and seeing where they take the character of Marie and even characters like Kate and the dude that I
Jordan.
forget his name, talks to the
Yeah.
puppets.
Oh,
Yeah, is that his name or is Jordan the
no,
shapeshifter?
Jordan's the shapeshifter, or the gender bender. I think that's what they. I think
Oh,
that's
nice.
the super name in season 2. I forget that guy. Adam. I don't remember the guy who
I
sees
don't
puppets.
know.
I don't remember his name.
But yeah, there's a lot of cool characters, and you know, after seeing them in season 5, I wouldn't be opposed to some more of them. Um, I did see a lot of people saying like it sucks that Ryan again on the topic of the Ryan being the first Superman in the universe. A lot of people were saying, that, "Oh yeah, I thought this is where they were going to take the Gen V characters, like maybe a boys universe where there are actual superheroes now that everything has gone down the way it has." And people were like, "I thought this is why they introduced Gen V so that we could see them and Ryan like a new wave of superheroes that actually want to do good." And they
Mhm.
were like, "But then they just canceled the fucking show." So, um, yeah, I'd be super down for that.
Yeah.
If Gen V was still coming out. But yeah, I will check out Vought Rising. I am interested in what that looks like.
Yeah, I think it could be cool. I'm looking forward to it as well. 2027. They're keeping up with their
Yeah.
cadence of every year. The boys something drops. So
I wonder how many boys staff is involved with Vault Rising. I'd be interested to take a
yeah,
look at
I
that.
just saw something recently that Eric Kripke said he's not going to be a showrunner anymore on the other stuff. So, but he still is going to be there for like oversight stuff of
Hmm,
overseeing certain things. So, I don't know.
interesting. Yeah. Cool. There's our The Boys series finale. What a fun time. I'd be interested. I'm gonna tell Ben to watch this episode because I think he absolutely needs to before next week. But um, thank you everybody for watching. I'm gonna do some editing. I think we got a good little setup of posting this and then dropping Attack on Titan later because that Attack on Titan episode was about an hour and a half. So that in and of itself is a podcast episode of its own.
Yeah,
And
title
I didn't go through.
first time anime watcher reviews Attack on Titan or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. What's also funny is while we were recording, Mimis dropped his comments for the week. So the only comment we
Oh,
had
really?
before that was Brandon, but Brandon was on the episode, so I just jumped straight to it. But
Sure.
Mimis dropped some comments. So we'll be sure next week, whenever Charlie's hosting, Charlie can go back and group them all up because I'm sure he's gonna have a lot to say on the Attack on Titan. But I want him to hear his comments at the top of the episode. So but yes, thank y'all everybody. For watching and listening to us talk about some box office, Mando, Grogu, all the fun nerdy stuff. If you want to wonder what we're talking about when it comes to the Attack on Titan stuff, that will be an episode that will be dropping in a couple days. If you're watching this as it releases, that will be episode 141. So I'll get all that fun stuff figured out. We went early today, so I got the time to figure it all out. So um, be on the lookout for next week's episode. We will hopefully be talking about some back rooms. Are you going to be watching back rooms this
Yeah,
week?
I think so. I think so.
Cool. If you have the time, oh, fuck my shorts. If you have the time, I would recommend watching some of the YouTube videos. I think they're pretty cool. As mentioned earlier, I've been watching them,
Is it like
and
lore or what is it?
well, so it's like a YouTube series, and I'll show you real quick. And granted, chat, if y'all are listening to this and you want to correct me, please feel free. But it's like a YouTube series that he did. And I'll share my screen because this, but it's a little like YouTube series that he did. And if you look here, like the time, like the videos vary. Like we got 9 minutes, and then some that are 3 minutes and under, 8, 4
Okay.
minutes, 6 minutes, 34 seconds, 8 minutes, but it's 22, the longest one's 45 minutes here. But 22 episodes of just like his backroom stuff, and I'm under the impression of he did this and then there was like a ton of lore that was like supposedly there. So there's like lore breakdown videos that are like 5 hours long of like what it all means. Like he just created all this stuff, all of it in Blender, most of like I think like 90% of it, all in Blender.
Yeah.
And there's like a ton of lore behind all of it. So I'm watching it. I'm probably gonna watch a lore video just before the movie. I just think it'll probably enhance my viewing. So
Sure.
and yeah, if you had some time, I don't know. I've been watching it.
Probably will.
Throw on the playlist and I'll just let it autoplay while I'm on the treadmill.
Okay.
It's been pretty cool. So but yeah, we'll be talking about Backrooms next week. Our shows are done. We'll get into Spider Noir. So that'll be pretty fun. Spider Noir, and it all comes out
Is
at
it all
once.
episodes? Okay, yeah, okay.
I believe so. If I'm corrected, I'm corrected. But Backrooms, Spider Noir. Yeah, I think we have a good setup going. So we will see y'all next week for all of that. Then we'll be back. Let us know in the comments if you want anything read out loud, and now's your opportunity. So with all that being said, we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Adios.